What is up, guys? So this is actually a little thing that I want to start doing, which is uploading some videos about gaming just because I really love it. Generally speaking, if you've seen my channel, I am doing music and I have beats that I'm selling. I'm doing a whole lot of things about music. And I thought, should I make a separate channel for this? And then I was like, no, because my gamer tag and everywhere that I game, I am called Dramatello. So why should I do this on a different channel? So this wasn't just my decision. And now for the video. So here's the thing. I am a PC gamer for about probably 25 years, right? I'm 35 and I've been gaming a lot. I was for the longest time I would play MMORPGs, but I also like game many different games and very story-driven games like Resident Evil and God of War and many other stuff. And lately I've had an itch. I've had an itch to buy a PlayStation. Why did I have that itch? Well, I have a PC, not the strongest one, but a pretty good one actually. I would have like games on ultra settings. I have like a Vega 64 GPU. I have a Ryzen 5 CPU. I have 16 gigs of RAM. Like games run pretty smoothly on my computer. It's not the highest end or anything, not even close, but it's pretty good. You can game on it. And I had an itch because my computer started showing some problems, and I had occasional crashes during gaming. It was kind of frustrating. It didn't happen that much. And then I said, you know what? Because I already know what it's like to go through this journey of switching parts, and you know how it's never like it never ends with the one thing you think is the problem, right? So I'm looking at my computer. I might say, okay, my GPU is not that good. But then you buy the GPU, and now maybe the CPU bottlenecks it, bottlenecking the capabilities of that GPU. So you're like, okay, so now I need a new CPU too, and then maybe you need something else, and maybe a power supply. I don't know. So it's like a never-ending journey, and I think this is one of the things that really gets people off like PC gaming, and they go to console, because on console you just buy the console, and that's the end of it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. The first thing I did before even thinking about purchasing the actual PlayStation, what I did was register myself to the PlayStation Plus Premium, because there I could stream games on my PC. So I just wanted to know what it's like to have the ecosystem, right? I wanted to know like what it's like to get these trophies, they are nice to have. And it also kind of adds like a little tiny addictive thing like to gaming, other than the actual games, right? So I said, okay. I went to the PlayStation store. I purchased that thing, and I had to create an account for United States because my current account was on Middle East, which they don't have support for that. And they for some reason they don't allow you to change your country. I don't know why that is. I have no idea why they don't believe that you might be moving from one country to another. And that was the first turnoff, because I was like, wait a second. I have the Dramatello ID tag on my account, and I want to change the country. Now I can't even swap to a different account because I cannot use the same ID. So now I must change my ID. That was so annoying. Like imagine you have a name that you are being called like everywhere on Xbox, Game Pass, on Steam, on Uplay, wherever you are, you have the same name, and now you can't do anything about it. You cannot use like different services just because you're in a location that you want to change, and you can't because they have a very strict things. But that was the first bummer, right? So I played a bunch of games, and I said, you know what, this is a pretty nice little ecosystem. I like the leveling. I like the achievements. They were pretty nice. But then I started to think to myself, okay, so wait a second. So you're telling me that on PC, not only do I get to play tons of genres that are not even existent on consoles, right? And also Xbox games, I can play a whole bunch of them, including the exclusives, right? Because I can have the PC Game Pass, right? So I pay a monthly subscription and I get a whole bunch of games. And then you are telling me that PlayStation are bringing now their exclusive to PC. So it might not be like to a point where like Ragnarok is released, right? The continuation to the God of War games. And it's like, okay, so Ragnarok is out. So if I really, really, really want to play that specific game right now and I don't want to wait, that's when maybe you want to say, okay, so on console, it's like, it's a bit better. But other than that, if you're just not that impatient and maybe you're just a little bit are patient and you're willing to wait just a little bit, maybe a few months, maybe it'll come out. Look, The Last of Us comes to PC. God of War is on PC. Horizon Dawn, the Horizon games are on PC on Steam. They even have a specific channel for PlayStation on Steam. So it's not even a choice anymore when you think about it. People think that there was a choice, and what mostly people would say, especially the console gamers, they would say, okay, we have two things. We have you don't need to pay as much for a PC, and we have exclusive games that you guys don't have. So the first thing is, you can say that it's cheap or cheaper if you don't already have a PC. But most people have a PC already, and you just need to upgrade some stuff. And maybe you need to upgrade a GPU, and maybe that GPU will cost as much as a console. Perhaps. But think about it this way. That way you don't need to choose anything. You can use any controller you want. You can use the PC Game Pass by Microsoft to play all the exclusives of Microsoft. Then you have all the exclusives of, not all of them, but most of the exclusives, and they are keep on bringing, which is the PlayStation exclusive. So you're living in all these worlds on one machine. So now you tell me, what is the actual reason for me to do that? The only reason you can say a console might be better is if you're telling me, okay, I don't have a PC at all, and I want to play on 4K games, and I want to have like a gorgeous graphics and, decent frames per second. And notice how I'm not even going into all the obvious things, because I think that there are so many YouTube videos that have already covered all of that. Everybody are talking about the limiting FPS that you have on console when it's uncapped on PC. There are so many other things that people have already covered, but I wanted to cover how annoying the service of PlayStation, the customer service, was so bad. And it wasn't like I didn't even bought the PlayStation yet. I had to go to their customer service and beg them and tell them, listen, I have these two accounts. One is United States. One is in the Middle East, in Israel. Let me either swap my ID to have on the United States account, or let me change my country. The answers were always, it's like they really, really don't care about their customers. For real, like there wasn't like even a tiny bit of empathy. It was like the most generic thing, like, we are sorry to hear that, but unfortunately we cannot do this. Like, that's it. And I even phone called one of them, 2 times, sorry, regarding this issue. The answers that I got on the phone, at least from my country's service, was so cold and so like, it's like they're talking to me like I'm a peasant. This is how I felt. This was the energy of the phone. It was like, imagine you call someone and they're like, yeah, no, you can't do that. No, something like that. It was so weird. It was like I felt so unwelcomed. And I got to this point, which is like, this is the consensus. This is the general understanding that I got. I was like going through turbulences to get into your system. Are you serious with me? You're not giving me any type of reason to actually go into your ecosystem. Nothing. You give me nothing. You're giving me the worst customer service. Getting a PlayStation is the worst thing on the planet because you need to go to Amazon and be on a waiting list. And then maybe if you're lucky, you might get to buy it. And if you don't, you wanna get it like from somebody else or something. Like, it is so not worth it. And to imagine that now all the exclusives of PlayStation are coming to PC anyways, what kind of reasons would you have to go to console? What reason? I'm actually fascinated about this, by the way. This is a genuine question that I have. What kind of actual reason do I have to join an ecosystem that doesn't want me there? I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts. Thank you for watching the video. And if you like this video, please let me know also in the comments, because it would help me to understand that maybe I should do some more of these. So up until the next video, thank you.